Not gonna lie, I woke up late, like a piece of shit. So I don't have time to do cardio before I have to go to work. Stim of the day is Jesus. Cherry Frost Bum. Honestly, the flavors from Bum kind of taste like shit, I'm gonna be honest. But the benefit of them is that they have 250 milligrams of cognizin, which my store doesn't sell cognizin by itself. And the brain supplements that I currently take, obviously, as you guys have seen, have been lion's mane, rhodiola extract, ginkgo biloba. Actually, am I taking ginkgo? I don't know. Lion's mane, rhodiola extract, Panax ginseng, and I think that's it, honestly. There might be one more that I'm missing. Probably am, because I take so many fucking supplements. But this has cognizin, which is one of the missing ingredients that I've honestly been looking for, sold like individually, like just cognizin by itself. Haven't been able to find it yet. So the next best option is to get it from Bum. And the good thing about Bum is the dude is honestly not only a marketing genius because he uses his fucking lisp to his advantage in his marketing campaign, but he actually knows what the fuck he's talking about, and he's actually a very intelligent bodybuilder, which is rare to see nowadays. So the formulas that he actually has in some of his products are honestly pretty good. Now, pre-workout wise, they're not very strong, so I personally don't take his pre-workouts, but energy drink wise, just to sip on throughout the day as a stim, abso-fucking-lutely. But honestly, as fast as I was doing that workout and as quickly as I was going from one superset to another superset, drop setting, all that shit, I'm not gonna lie, that felt like a cardio workout in and of itself, in combination with a strength lift. Like, dude, my chest is so fucking pumped. That is fucking ridiculous. What the fuck was I even talking about? Holy shit. I'm gonna take these pills and I'm gonna get my ass going to work because, like I said, I was a piece of shit and I woke up late. My fucking card is suspended. That's fucking bullshit. I keep getting miscellaneous $96.06 charged to my account from apple.com. Some fucking bullshit. And thankfully, the charge has auto declined every single time. But I have to call my bank at some point today while I'm at work, get that fucking figured out. I've tried calling the past couple of days and it's like, oh, the next available associate, your wait time is 1 hour 32 minutes. And I'm like, I'm not fucking sitting on hold for an hour and fucking half, dude. Like, no. So I might just go into the bank because I have to do the bank for the store today anyway. So I might just do that. Kill two birds with one stone. But I also have a manager meeting on fucking Zoom at 9:30, which is why I'm in such a rush. And I have to leave for work in approximately 2 minutes. And I'm not dressed at all. Also, update on the cut. I honestly kind of abandoned the whole 1 meal a day thing just because I don't know what it is. My parents have just been not on the ball when it comes to high protein meals, and I quite honestly don't feel like going out and dropping $20 on Chipotle every single time. And for those of you who are like, oh, Chipotle is not $20, the way that I get it, it is bowl, side tortilla, double white, double black, double meat, queso, salsa, cheese, chips. Take the chips because they always short you on the chips. Finish the chips off in the bowl, whatever's left in the bowl when you run out of chips because they always short you. Put it on the burrito, extra calories. That used to be my one meal a day for, quite honestly, a very long time. And I don't feel like dropping $20 at Chipotle every single day. Granted, I make that in less than an hour, but still, that's not the point. The point is that my parents haven't been on the ball when it comes to high protein meals recently. So as a result, I'm going back to essentially 2 meals a day, which this one meal, like the first meal of the day, I'm experimenting with something because I don't like eating early in the day, especially when I have cognitively demanding things to do over the course of the day. Like, obviously, I'm at the store all day, I'm selling, I'm talking to people, I got to be locked in, I got to be sharp, I got to be on the ball. So as a result, I can't just be shoving down 100-gram of protein meal at work because then I'm going to be a fucking sloth the rest of the day. So as a result, I'm going to experiment with something that I've honestly been doing. What the fuck are those cuts? My brain is scattered. Anyway, instead of doing that, I'm going to experiment with this. I'm going to just have 2 protein shakes. Whether that's a brand that I really like, which is MRE. They have little single servings of them at my store that are 40 grams of protein a piece. I could just have 2 of those, get 80 grams of protein in like a matter of 30 seconds. Or what I'm going to do today, because I need gas, is I'm going to stop at the gas station and I'm going to grab 2 Core Powers. The elite ones that have 42 grams of protein, 84 grams of protein in 30 seconds. Can't fucking beat it. So that's going to be essentially my first meal of the day. And I feel like it's going to work because obviously liquid calories don't fill you up as much. And because it doesn't fill you up as much, I feel like it's not going to make me feel as lethargic and sluggish if I were to physically eat 84 grams of protein versus just drink them in like 2 seconds. But I'm going to get ready for work. Like I said, I'm running late as fuck. I'll see you either in the car, at work, or after work. You know, I was sitting here thinking, and I'm not going to lie, I feel like shit today. Although I overslept, I didn't sleep that much. I went to bed extremely late. I went to bed at like 3:30 in the fucking morning. Was up at 7:45, so I had like 4 hours of sleep. The reason I stayed up so late is because one of my boys, the guy that I always tell you about, he sent me a voice note at like 5 o'clock in the morning, his time, and he was still up. He wasn't just getting up, he was actually still up from the day before, and he just finished work and he was sending me a voice note. And granted, he's in a different time zone than me, so it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night by the time that he was sending me that voice note, my time. And it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, his time. And I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's doing it. I'm like, I gotta do it now. So I fucking stayed up till 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, fucking working and editing and doing all my shit. And as a result, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like shit today. Like, as you guys could probably tell, like, my nose is fucking stuffed, and I'm honestly sleep deprived, and I'm consuming a shit ton of caffeine. I'm doing all this stuff. And the reason that I'm getting to a point here is I'm sitting here, like, genuinely, the bitch part of my brain started creeping in, and I was like, you know, what if these people are right? Like, what if you do die early because you're sleep depriving yourself and you're working so hard and you're pushing yourself on both ends of the spectrum, you're burning the candle from both ends, and you're consuming all these stimulants, and you're doing all this and you're doing all that. Like, what if your body actually does give out? And the second that I got that thought from the bitch part of my brain, the other side of my brain kicked in, and it was like, if you genuinely die as a result of that, you are a bitch. Like, genuinely. Like, hear me out for a second. You have to be delusional to a certain respect to believe that you can do anything. I fully believe, this may sound like delusion, but I fully believe that I can function completely sleep deprived on 3, 4, 5 hours a night for extended periods of time and still outperform every single person on the planet. I fully believe that I can consume 1,000+ milligrams of caffeine every single day and not have any side effects. I fully believe that I can train. Quite honestly, I'm going to start training 2 lifting sessions a day, 2 cardio sessions a day, every single day for the foreseeable future once I build this plan for myself, because I haven't started it yet. Like I said in the video yesterday, I haven't started it yet because I need to very meticulously map out the volume and how I'm going to split up these training sessions. I had the general thought that I told you guys in the last video of like the structure behind it, but I need to work out the details before I actually take it into action, because if I overstep, I'm gonna fuck myself up. And as I've always mentioned before, injury is one of the biggest things that hold people back when it comes to making significant progress in their fitness journey, and I don't want that to happen. So I need to meticulously build out the plan first, which is going to end up happening tonight, because I stayed up last night editing a shit ton, and I'm actually ahead on videos now. Instead of doing them the night of that they get released, I'm actually a day ahead now, so I can spend this night actually mapping out the plan for myself that I'm going to start tomorrow, or once I finish this little mini mesocycle that I'm in for the week. But with that being said, you have to be delusional to a sense that I believe I could fucking like do anything, genuinely. Like, you have to believe it, because if you yourself don't believe it, no one else is going to believe it for you. No one else is going to wake up every single day and be like, I believe that you can do this. I'm going to give you this chance, this opportunity. I'm going to bless upon you all of this shit that is just going to give you every single thing that you want. All you have to do is just walk right into it. That's not how it works. You yourself have to care more about your success than anyone else, because realistically, you are the only one that cares. No one else cares about your success. Not your family, not your friends, not your closest people that you care about in your life. No one is going to care about your success as a man more than you have to care about your own success. Genuinely. And if you don't care, that means you have 0 people on this fucking planet caring and working towards making you successful. If you care, at least you have one. At least you have one person caring about your success, and it's you. But if you don't care, and you're not putting in the effort every single day, and you don't have that level of delusion to where you think that you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to, then you have no one. And then it really becomes impossible. That is the only thing that is impossible in this world. Truly, in my mind, that is the only thing that I truly believe is impossible, is if you don't believe in your own success and you're not putting in the effort every single day in order to make those delusions, those ambitions come true, then it is impossible. But if you just believe and you show up every single day with that level of delusion that you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to, and you set out onto something and you embark into it and you give it everything you have every single day, then it becomes possible. I don't care how ambitious it is. I don't care how delusional it might sound. If you believe it and you do the things that are required in order to achieve it on a long enough time frame, you will achieve it. It quite honestly is set in stone. You will achieve it on a long enough time frame. It may not happen in the time frame that you want it to. You may not go from broke to millionaire in fucking 90 days. It may take 90 months instead of 90 days, but you will get there eventually. When you persevere, when every single person around you is giving up, and you look around and you see the looks on their faces and you see them beaten and battered and wanting to give up, and they actually do give up, and you continue to persevere through that, that is how you win. You don't have to be more talented than them. You don't have to be more physically gifted or mentally gifted than them. You don't have to have any special gifts or natural abilities. If you simply just outlast everyone, you win. You win by default. It honestly just becomes a process of elimination. So the fact that I believe that I'm cut from a different type of fucking cloth to the point where I can put myself through more essentially torture of sacrificing sleep and taking all these stimulants to combat it and doing all this and doing all that in order to get the result that I want, because I believe that I'm cut from a different cloth and I can actually do that, and that would more than likely kill most people. The fact that I believe that if I die from that, I'm just a bitch and I was never meant for it anyway, and I can actually do this for an extended period of time, the fact that I believe it means that it's not going to happen. That may sound crazy, but it truly comes down to whatever your mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. That's a Conor McGregor quote. And it's true. Whatever you believe in your mind, if your mind can turn it into a thought, and those thoughts can turn into actions, then on a long enough time frame, as I've said before, it will come true. You just don't give up. That's really all it comes down to. Know what you will have to do, and just don't give up. And anything that you want in this world, no matter how delusional it is, no matter how ambitious it might be, no matter how many times people call you crazy, people call you fucking psychotic, people call you a sociopath, people call you narcissistic for only doing things that benefit you and your goals, even though in the long run it's going to benefit them. They're just thinking in the short term and they're thinking selfishly for themselves. No matter what anyone else says, if you just embark onto something and you just don't give up, and you show up every single day and you do what you have to do and you do it to the best of your ability, and you empty the tank physically and mentally every single day by living in the red line, you will become the 100% version of yourself on a long enough time frame. It may take years. It may take decades. You may never get there. But in the pursuit of that version of yourself, you will achieve more than you could ever fathom in your life. And that's the beauty of the process, is that the 100% version of ourselves, we may honestly never achieve. Because as I've said, the goalpost continues to get moved farther and farther and farther away as you continue to grow as a man. We may never get there, because the ceiling's always going to get raised higher and higher and higher. But even if we don't get there, when it's all said and done, we will be so much farther ahead, and we will achieve so much more, and we will impact so many more people's lives in the pursuit of that version of ourselves than if we were to just set a cap for ourselves and set a ceiling for ourselves and be like, oh, that's not possible, this isn't possible, that's not possible. But when you say, fuck that, anything is possible, and you have that level of delusion, your ceiling just becomes non-existent. And then it just becomes a matter of you showing up every single day, and it becomes all on you. Whatever your life ends up being when it's all said and done is solely down to you. You have no cap, you have no ceiling, you have no genetic potential. It just becomes down to how long are you willing to show up every single day and do what you need to do, and do it to the best of your ability every single day. I've come to the conclusion that perseverance might be the most important trait that we could have as men. Because you could have all the work ethic in the world, you could have all the discipline in the world, you could have all the talent in the world, but when shit gets tough and your work ethic runs dry, your discipline runs dry, your willpower runs dry, and you got nothing left, the internal bitch voice inside of your head is telling you to quit, to stop, to just lay down and just roll over because you're tired or because you feel like shit or whatever it might be. Sometimes you just have to rely on brute fucking force and perseverance and just get fucking through it by any means necessary. And that's exactly what happened to me today. Genuinely, words cannot describe to you how shit I felt from the time I woke up today until about 4 p.m.
Words can't even describe it. Every ounce in my body was telling me to just curl up in a ball and basically just fucking die. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, my energy was sapped. Obviously, I had no fucking motivation, no amount of discipline, no amount of stimulant, fucking caffeine, no amount of anything that I could extract from myself was enough to, like, get my levels raised and get my energy up. But I told myself one thing. I said, as funny as this sounds, Isaac Newton said, an object in motion stays in motion. And I told myself, I literally just said, just keep moving. Whatever you do, it doesn't have to be fast. It doesn't have to be the most efficient. It doesn't have to be the most effective. Just keep moving. And I kept, slowly but surely, I kept cleaning. Customers were coming in. I was selling them. I wasn't doing great, but I was still selling them. I was still doing the best that I could with how I felt. And slowly but surely, I was getting a little bit more of my mojo back, a little bit more of my energy back, a little bit more of my spirits back. And around 4 p.m., I caught my second win. And then around 5:30, my manager actually came and spot checked me. She came in unannounced. I've made a lot of changes, as I've told you guys, to the store recently. I wish I took before and after pictures. I completely forgot because I was so immersed into making the changes, but I made so much changes since the last time that she was in there. And she came in and she was so enamored at how good the store looked since the last time that she saw it. And obviously, coming from the person who is your boss is obviously an amazing compliment, especially if you guys knew her, because she's an extremely, like, strict woman, I'm not gonna lie, and she's very hard on a lot of us. And luckily she absolutely loves me and I love her back. But with that being said, because I kept moving, I genuinely think that is the reason that I was able to start stacking these wins. I started to catch my second win. And then the thing happened with my store manager, which I have some undisclosed information that I can't currently share right now, but there's a lot of big things coming for myself in the future that I'm extremely excited to share with you guys when I can. But I truly believe that all of this happened solely because God rewards those who are willing to persevere. Because so few people nowadays are willing to just try, that when he sees someone that is willing to just do whatever the fuck it takes by any means necessary, and no matter how much his body is telling him to stop, no matter how much his external circumstances are trying to tear him down, he just keeps persevering and he just keeps pushing through no matter what. God rewards those who are willing to persevere. And I fully believe that ever since 4 p.m., all these small little wins that I started stacking, my sales started going up. She walked in. Obviously, my spirits were lifted from that. Some of the things that, like I said, are currently disclosed that she told me, those lifted my spirits as well. And now I'm just riding like a euphoric high after feeling like complete dog shit for the first 10 hours of my day today. And now I'm sitting here absolutely elated. I feel like I could run through a fucking wall right now because of how uplifted I am, because of how much energy I have. Like, I'm about to go do a fucking hour of cardio after I eat. Like, I genuinely couldn't even fathom doing anything other than curling up in a ball, like literally 3 to 4 hours ago. And now my entire energy has completely changed. And it's because all feelings are temporary, the good and the bad. All feelings are temporary. No matter how good you feel, understand that there are going to be lows with that as well. But at the same time, understand that those lows that you might be feeling right now, there will be a high that will come. All you have to do is just persevere. Perseverance is the only thing that matters. It may not be the only thing that matters, but it is genuinely one of, if not the most important things that matters. Because as I've always said, as long as you just do not give up, as long as you just do not quit, because what is not giving up? What is not quitting? It's perseverance, right? So as long as you just persevere through whatever it might be, don't get too high off the highs. Don't let your ego ride too high on the highs, but then don't get too low on the lows. Don't get so down on yourself on the lows, and understand if you just stay even keel and you just persevere through all of it, and you, as Isaac Newton said, you just keep moving, because an object in motion stays in motion. And if you just can continue that momentum and keep moving and keep persevering through whatever it might be, whatever you might be going through right now, if you just keep moving and you don't stop and you don't give up, God will reward you for that. It may not be immediately, like this example that I just gave to you. You may have to wait a week. You may have to wait a month. You may have to wait a year of just taking it one step at a time, one day at a time, 1 minute at a time. Sometimes, like today, sometimes you just have to take every second at a time. You have to consciously force yourself through every second of taking those one steps, second by second. But I promise you, if you just continue to keep moving, because an object in motion stays in motion, if you just continue to persevere through no matter what you're going through, you will be rewarded for it in the long run. It may happen now, it may happen later, but you will be rewarded from it. So with that being said, I'm about to pull into my house right now. I'm about to eat because, like I said, I've only had 2 protein shakes consisting of 80 grams of protein, 10 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of fat today, so I'm fairly fucking hungry. I'm gonna smash some food, which I'll throw a picture up of it if I end up remembering to take a picture of it. I'm gonna do an hour of cardio, which I will throw a picture up of that as well to show you guys receipts. And I'm gonna continue editing my ass off, working on a couple projects that I have behind the scenes that I will share with you guys as soon as I possibly can. And yeah, honestly, I fucking love you guys. Continue persevering. Leave some Q&A questions in the comments. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single one of these videos. And I will see you guys in the next one.